Hi, welcome to week 7 of Picking Up the Pen. Once again, thanks for providing me with feedback. It's really helpful. Congratulations for staying with the program. I'm hoping you're finding something useful each week. Last week, we looked at the power of simple list writing as well as writing your own eulogy. One of the reflection questions I will ask you after your check-in is to get you to write about the experience of writing your own eulogy last week. Today we'll revisit the springboard as a warming up exercise to get the pen flowing. And the main exercise today will be about using the point of view of an inanimate object to tell a story about your family. This is another favorite exercise of mine, as it gives us creative freedom to tell a story about complex family dynamics, which can be very revealing. The quote from Rumi is a reminder about the power of our mind, and I hope these writing exercises are giving you the experience of what it feels like to just let the pen and the mind wander without judging or criticizing. The garden of the world has no limit except in your mind. As always, take the time to settle into your writing space, into your body, and let the world fall away. Close your eyes, rest your hands on your knees, have your feet flat on the floor. Take a deep, slow breath in through the nose and slowly exhale out through the mouth. Again, a deep, slow breath in through the nose and slowly exhale out through the mouth. Continue this breathing and bring your awareness to your body. Just notice your feet on the floor, your body in the chair. Remember, there's nothing you have to do. Just be here, right now, in this moment, on this chair, in this room. Notice any areas of tightness in your body. Just notice and move your awareness to another part of your body. Back to your breath. If your mind wanders, that's okay. That's just what minds are trained to do. Gently bring it back to your body, on the chair, in this body, watching your breath, noticing your thoughts, and bringing your focus back to your body. Now pick up your pens and start the check-in. After the initial checking in, take a few minutes to write a reflection on the eulogy exercise last week. Right here, right now, I notice feelings, thoughts, and body sensations. And what I learned about myself writing my eulogy last week. Down your pens. You may remember in one of the first weeks we talked about using springboard statements or questions to start our writing practice. Today we'll be asking ourselves the question, what would I do if I couldn't fail? The usual reminder here is to keep the pen moving. Don't judge, analyze, or criticize. Repeat or squiggle if you get stuck. Okay, so here's the question. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? And the next question is, what's holding me back from this path? And the last question, what steps can I take towards this goal today? What fears, obstacles, narratives do I need to let go of? Okay, put down your pens. The exercise today is one of my favorites for so many reasons. Firstly, most of us will be able to remember a kitchen table or a place where we ate as a child. Secondly, using the point of view of an inanimate object, in this case the kitchen table, to tell a story about our childhood can be very liberating because it allows us to play with fact and fiction. And thirdly, it gives us a very wide view of the situation, something which can be very illuminating and helps us discover important parts of our story we may not be aware of. At the start of this exercise, I need to say that this can sometimes be a painful exercise, as it may bring up difficult feelings. As always, try to stay with it, but if you get overwhelmed, just start writing yourself out of the room. Shift your awareness to another place that is less confronting. The reason I chose a kitchen table is that most of us have some experience around this. Although I recognize for some of you, you may have lived in other situations like boarding schools. For many, there may be images of mini kitchens, so just choose one and stay with it. I suggest you think of yourself somewhere between 5 and 15 years old. Like all of these writing exercises, we need to remember it's just a moment in time we're looking for. We could do this exercise many, many times from numerous points of view in numerous places. Today, just focus on one. For most of us, hopefully the exercise will be interesting and intriguing, and may also be a bit uncomfortable as it tends to take us very quickly to a series of family dynamics which may trigger some memories or feelings that are difficult. That's okay. Just stay with it. Try to let the table tell you the bigger story. And in it will be some pleasure and probably some pain, as that is the nature of families. Just play with the story. So I want you to remember a childhood home, or it could be boarding school, a boat, anything, where you've lived for a number of years. Imagine the kitchen. Imagine the story the kitchen table could tell about you and your family. So you start writing from the point of view of the table. I've been with this family, and name the family members or the people at the table for how many years. During this time, I noticed, felt, wondered, etc. So get the table to talk about the relationships, the family rules, the roles, the rituals, as day after day, these people sit at the table. So I want you to take about 10 minutes of this. Okay, start now. Now stop writing and draw a line under your writing and do reflection on this exercise. So reflections on this table talking. How did this point of view affect how you told the story of your family? What did you learn about yourself and your family in this exercise? And the next question. Did it help you identify what stories you would like to or need to explore about your family past that will help you in the present? What are you thinking, feeling, and noticing in your body right now? This can be an extremely powerful exercise as it gives us some space between a fixed narrative that we may have about the past, and it allows us to pull back a bit and get a wider perspective. Something which is very difficult to do if we're just writing about what we remember, as family narratives can get quite stuck early in our lives. By telling the story through an inanimate object, we also give ourselves much more permission to play and explore because we have no assumptions about the needs and the feelings of the object. And there's no story to protect, which is often the case if we tell a story from another family member's point of view. I've encouraged you to write another point of view story from other inanimate objects or perhaps a pet this week. It's really good exercise to change our point of view. Have a good week. See you next week.